Welcome to Get to the Hook. I am your co-host, Charles Latibeaudiere.
And I'm your co-host, Eric Colley.
And this week, we are addressing the Billy Joel dilemma. There is a Billy Joel problem that we have to address, and this has come up because of the documentary that is on HBO, which the documentary, there's no problem with the documentary. It is great. It's called And So It Goes.
5 hours.
5 hours.
Over 2 parts. But it felt like they could have done a bit more, honestly.
Yeah, all very watchable. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. If you're a Billy Joel fan, it's a must-see. And if you're not, it's still very, very entertaining. But there are some things about his songs that actually have really bothered me for a while now. I don't know, but I grew up, I listened to a lot of Billy Joel growing up. I was a Billy Joel fan.
So were your
and actually I shouldn't say was. I am a Billy Joel fan.
Was your family, like, did your mom have Billy Joel records?
No.
That was all on your own?
It was all on my own. This is my era. This were songs that were being played on the radio as I was growing up. And so, yeah, I bought the albums, the cassettes, all of that. Loved Billy Joel.
Yeah. And he had a 20-year span of being like a relevant current hit maker.
Yes.
Very few pop artists have hits consistently for 20 years.
So here is the issue. If Billy Joel, and you can sum it up this way. Is he because Derek in our office asked this question, and I think this is part of the problem. Is he a 70s or an 80s artist?
It's funny.
I mean, obviously by the numbers, he is both, but what do you think?
No, by the numbers, well, I don't know. It's interesting because his best-selling album, other than his Greatest Hits album, Greatest Hits 1 and 2 was certified 23 times platinum. It's one of the most certified albums in U.S. history. His biggest-selling albums were at the end of the 70s, but he had more hits in the 80s.
That's the thing. So which way is it? He really rides both. He's right down the middle. He had 6 albums, taking out live albums. He had 6 albums prior to 1980, and then he had 6 albums 1980 and on.
Although one of those is in the 90s. River of Dreams.
Yes, that's true.
So I guess that gives the 70s the edge. But going by hit songs, he only had a handful of hits in the 70s.
He was almost, in the 80s. He was almost dropped from his record label because he didn't have hits.
And he hit later in the 70s, so there wasn't as much time. But those 70s hits are so iconic. Maybe that's why I would say 70s is, I think he's more a part of the 70s zeitgeist. By the 80s, he was just Billy Joel, and it didn't matter what he put out. It was going to be successful.
By the way, before we delve into this, I realized that we haven't even addressed the beautiful, the beautiful.
Well, people
display
listening don't see this.
People listening don't see this, but we have set up in our studio here some props that Eric. I like this idea. From now on, when there is applicable vinyl that we can bring in, we should bring it in.
Yeah, although you hate the album I brought.
Yes.
I bought 1980s Glass Houses.
We have Glass Houses, the LP.
I love that album.
And then we have a couple of 45s also. Yeah. Still Rock and Roll to Me and Allentown.
Yeah.
Both big hits.
You don't like either of those songs either?
Both big hits. So
we're going to be arguing. So what we're doing.
Yes. So here's how we decided we were going to tackle this issue. And it turned out to be an incredible exercise. I encourage everyone to try and do the same.
With any artist you like, if it's not Billy Joel.
It's true.
Anybody with a deep catalog.
With a deep catalog, can you assemble a top 10 list that is anywhere near someone else's? So we have both come up with our own personal top 10 Billy Joel songs.
I already don't like mine. I was arguing with my own list. I was like, well, that's not right. I'm like, wait, no, I put that there.
Yeah.
Because then I thought I was done, and then I remember another song. I'm like, oh, wait, well, which one do I knock out to put this one in? And it's very hard.
Here's, to try and show my work, I have as Eric can attest, a sheet here with a bunch of chicken scratch. These are my I think it was 27 nominees.
This looks like the Unabomber's manifesto, by the way.
Yeah. And there was a lot of scratching out and putting stars next to things, trying to say, all right, that one's definitely in. It was a long weekend of arguing with myself, with other people. There were some harsh words used. Some friendships were tested, but we came through it and came up with my top 10. I will say, one thing I appreciated about Billy Joel, so going through this exercise, his albums are very easily listened to because they're all like 35, 40 minutes long, the whole album.
That's what vinyl used to hold back then.
Yeah.
So
it was very easy to listen to the entire catalog over a couple of days.
And Derek and I were talking about this, is that Billy Joel is so talented as an artist that even if there's something of his I don't like or I think was maybe a misstep or a bad idea, it's not bad. He's too fundamentally solid of a songwriter to make something that's just out and out garbage.
A point that Sting made in the documentary. He's like,
Right.
This guy knows how to construct a pop song, and he's like an architect and just can throw it together.
And I appreciate when he wanted to, after he retired and stopped making albums in '93, he did the classical album Fantasies and Delusions in 2001, which he didn't perform it, but he wrote it. That wasn't an album for me necessarily. But obviously, Billy Joel has a very close connection to classical music. It's a huge influence. It's what he wanted to do, to indulge himself to do that.
Right.
And some people can be pretentious and indulgent, but I think Billy Joel is really an actual artist.
Yes.
And that's what he wanted to do, and that's where his muse took him. And I don't mind that when really creative people try something, whether it works or not.
Right.
And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but they have to try it.
Yeah.
And
you can never
don't have an issue with that.
You can never say that he didn't. Billy Joel knows what he likes, what he wanted to, what sounds he liked, and he made music that paid homage to those sounds, right? And that's been also the knock on him sometimes, that people think, oh, he's just this chameleon, he's absorbing everybody else's sound, and that's all he does. But I got to tell you, even though he did that, it shouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have worked. And that's a credit to him, I think, as an artist, that it did work. Who would have said in 1984, oh, let me make a full album that's 50s style doo-wop?
Yeah,
and it worked.
The Innocent Man album that had Tell Her About It and Uptown Girl and all those songs on it that were throwbacks to the Drifters and the Four Seasons, there was 60s nostalgia creeping into the 80s because the boomers were getting older at that point. But if you wanted to have a hot contemporary hit record in 1983, 84, sounding like the Four Seasons was not the way to go.
That wouldn't, and yet it worked for him. So
it worked really well.
Go figure. So, all right.
Well, before we get to our list, do you want to know what Billy's picks are?
Oh, I'd love to know what Billy's picks are. I
find this interesting. Every time he answers this, it's a little different.
Which I think is something that we can both understand, having gone through this.
In 2017, he was on Stephen Colbert's show while it was still on. And Stephen Colbert asked him to rank his top 5 songs. And it was cool the way he asked the question. He said, if you're a fan that goes to the concert, there are certain songs you hope he plays. I mean, some he's going to, but there's some you're like, I really hope he does this song. Mm-hmm. And so Stephen Colbert said, if you were a fan at your own concert, what songs would you want to hear you play?
It's a great way to put it.
It's a great way to put it. He said Vienna, number 5. And Billy said probably not so much the pop singles, more the album cuts. And only 2 of these songs were actually singles, and only one was a big hit. He said Vienna, number 5, number 4, and So It Goes, which is a song he clearly has an affinity for. He named the documentary And So It Goes. He went on in depth about that song. It's from his 1989 Stormfront album. Yeah. As a single, it only got to number 37. It's kind of a slow song. But that's where you see him as a musician ranking his songs, because when he talks about the song, he was saying that there's kind of a sour note in each chord.
Right, the way he composed it.
And it leaves it unresolved. So he's approaching it as a musician. We're going to battle, because a lot of my list, I like the pop hooks. I'm not going to lie. But he had So It Goes, number 4. You May Be Right, number 3. She's Right on Time was number 2. And number 1, he said Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. Later that same year, Rolling Stone asked him his favorite song, and he said New York State of Mind, which is not even his top 5 on Colbert. Right. So, it's
depends
hard to
on what day you catch him, right?
It's true.
She's Right on Time he had in there, huh?
Number 2.
That was from Nylon Curtain. And
that was, yes.
One of the songs that I really loved from that album, guess what? Did not make my top 27 nominees. This was so painful.
It's so hard. And I have a bonus list of like 30 songs. I'm like, I wanted to put this in. And
all right, do we want to do this?
And I also thought Derek had a good idea. Maybe I should have grouped certain songs in ties, because there's certain Billy Joel songs that have a similar theme or sound. And you can be like, okay, these like 4 songs are number 7.
This kind, right.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm going to use that to cheat and name a whole bunch of extra stuff.
All right.
And we're going to try and play some clips as we go for Joshua, who plays our clips, has no idea what we're going to play or in what order, so we're going to try and give him time
Right.
to
Now,
scramble and pull up whatever. Because I don't even know. You don't know. None of us knows.
no, I don't know what's on Eric's list. He doesn't know what's on my list. And what I'm going to be really curious about is how many of these we match up on. Like, how different.
Almost none, I bet.
You may be right.
You may be. Oh, spoiler, that is on my
crazy.
list. Because a lot of it, and this is where there's a couple years age difference between us.
Yeah.
And I always say that because my experience of Billy Joel was the singles. It was what was on radio and what was on MTV in those
Right.
early days of MTV. His videos were very iconic. Of the 70s generation artists, he was one of the best at adapting to MTV
Yes.
and that era and staying very relevant and groundbreaking that way. So, and my parents didn't listen to him, and I was too young to get my own albums at that point. So, and this is also not my list of what I think his best songs are, artistically. That's a different list. These are just ones that I just gravitate to and love. And if I'm going to listen to them, it's this, and there's going to be some pop songs. I don't think you're going to have that many.
Yep, I don't.
You were all into the albums. I discovered those later.
I think you're right. We're going to have vastly different lists. All right.
What was your number 10?
Now, these are not in order. This is just 10 songs.
Oh, you didn't put them in order?
No,
oh,
couldn't
you
do
cheater.
That. Wait, you
thought-
ranked?
I tried, and it's really hard. I don't
can't
like
do
my
that.
list.
Nope, can't do that.
Oh, then well, screw that. I'm not going to try. I'm not going to put these in any order
actually,
at all. Then.
I'm. This, as it turns out, is not a bad order.
Okay.
But you're going to see the dilemma with my.
Well, I'm going to do this out of order, so I'm not reading them from 10 to 1. You won't know what my order was now. I'm not going to say it because I didn't like my own order.
My list is there's a huge flaw in my list, and I think you will see what it is as we go along. All right.
Okay. Should we do them chronologically?
Ooh. You mean like in order that they were released?
They were released.
Okay. All right.
You want to try that?
I can do that. Hang on. Just give me a moment here. This won't take very long.
Got to remember what order they are.
No, because I remember what album they're on. So this would be.
So you got anything from Cold Spring Harbor? Let's start there. That's the first album.
I do not.
Oh wow, and you call yourself a fan? I don't either. I don't either.
I do not. All right, there's that one. Then this would be 2.
Just a moment while Charles re-ranks and reorders. He's still adjusting this list that we worked
I'm
on
not,
all weekend.
I'm not going to take anything out. And then this one would be.
Well, real quick, while you're doing that, I do have a song in my top 10, and this is the one I debated the most on. And I don't know if it's in yours or not.
Mm-hmm.
Not because I like it or dislike it. Let's just talk about the 88 keyed elephant in the room. Let's talk about Piano Man. I first did not have it in my top 10. And then I thought, well, as a song, I do like that song a lot. To me, Piano Man is like Smells Like Teen Spirit or Bohemian Rhapsody or Don't Stop Believin'. They're songs that have so transcended being songs. They are the standards of popular music. They occupy their own space in that artist's catalog. It is Billy Joel's signature song. It was his first hit. It
sounds like you rationalizing why it is not on your list.
No, I put it on my list.
Oh,
I eventually did. And I put it kind of lower. I'm like, well, I don't want to put, it's not my favorite Billy Joel song. But also, I'm so tired of hearing it. It just seems cliched.
Let me tell you why.
But it is a great song.
It is a great song for how the color, for the picture that he paints.
The storytelling, the songwriting.
There aren't a lot of songs that paint a more clear, vivid picture than Piano Man does. That being said, I don't love the song. I appreciate the sort of the social part of it, that no matter you play that song anywhere, everybody's going to sing along.
Let's play some of it. Let's play a little Piano Man.
Let's play a little bit, yes.
It's almost like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star or something. It's the melody of it is so familiar. It is so, and that song came out before I was born. So there's literally never been a moment in my life that song didn't exist. You were slightly older, but not by much.
Yeah.
It's always been a part of your life.
It's always been a part of my life. I did not put it on my list, and
I debated it because like I said, originally I didn't. And I'm like, am I not putting it on just because I'm so tired of hearing it? And
I begrudgingly put it on my nominees list.
Yeah, I didn't know how to measure it, honestly.
All right,
that song is so outside of every other song of his that I like.
I'm about to reveal the level of my pettiness.
Go ahead.
You have a song called Piano Man, but it is dominated by the harmonica. Sorry,
Well, harmonica
That
man was a
alone-
little. There's too many syllables. So
that alone gets you canceled.
all right,
Sorry.
I'm gonna cheat and put another
All
song on my list then, because I like if I don't put Piano Man, is it because it's just too obvious? But do I really like it enough to put it on? I think I do. I really was in a quandary over that song. I didn't know what to do with it, so I'm just gonna put it in its own little folder over there and let it be its own thing, because that's what it is.
Okay.
It's an outlier. It's so emblematic of his catalog, the storytelling, the melody, but it seems to exist almost outside of everything else he did.
True. I agree.
I didn't know what to do with it.
All right. We've dealt with Piano Man.
Did you have anything from Street Life Serenade before we get onto this?
I had a nominee from Street Life Serenade.
Which one?
Los Angelinos.
Oh, I like that song.
Great song.
It's got kind of a funky vibe to
song.
it.
Yeah, it's kind of funky, and
Yeah.
I like the organ. It's awesome.
Also, you're a New Yorker who hates Los Angelinos while you live in Los Angeles,
Yes.
just like Billy Joel.
It felt.
you
I mean,
identify
it's
with
a
it.
song he wrote about being in Los Angeles and sort of absorbing the culture and not
Hating it.
necessarily loving it. But I love the song. It did not make the 10.
All right, Piano Man album. What from the Piano Man album, other than that song?
Okay.
Captain Jack,
Piano Man,
maybe?
which did not make my list. Captain Jack is on my list.
Okay,
Captain Jack.
it's a great song.
Do we have a little Captain Jack?
We don't have Captain.
We don't have
Jack.
Captain. Everyone knows. Again,
They know
Captain
all
Jack
these
will get
songs.
You know them all.
That's
but,
the thing about Billy Joel.
Right. So next, after Captain Jack,
We hitting. Oh, Turnstiles.
yes, I've got one from Turnstiles.
Do I have one from Turnstiles?
I doubt it. No.
Do I? Oh, I don't.
No. And I
Oh,
got to say
that's
this
weird.
about Turnstiles. It's not so. Turnstiles is the album right before The Stranger.
Yes,
And
it was not a commercial success.
Not a
After
commer-
Piano Man. He
and in
kind of
fact,
dipped.
this is after Turnstiles is when Columbia said, look, we're going to have to drop this guy if he doesn't come
You
up
need
with
a
a hit. He's had 4 albums at that
4.
point. And what were the only hits that he'd had?
Piano
Piano
Man
Man-
only made the top 30. It didn't even make the top 20. It
And
was
the-
not that big of a hit, and The Entertainer cracked the top 40 barely.
Right. So they're not getting a lot of bang for their buck here. And they're like, you need something. So Turnstiles, not a commercial success. But when I went back and listened to it, there's some really good songs on here.
If
I
he
get
had
why it
had
didn't
that
break
one,
through.
if there'd been that one single, that one song that could have really cracked, that album would have been as big as The Stranger.
Right.
But it is, when you listen to it, it's a very good album to me.
Say Goodbye to Hollywood.
Which became a hit later and as a live version in the 80s.
Yes. Summer Highland Falls was on
song.
my nomination. Didn't
Mine
make
too.
the top 10. All You Want to Do Is Dance is a song nobody knows, but is decent. New York State of Mind. That is my next one.
Let's play some of that.
New York State of Mind.
Of course, you
made-
native New Yorker picked.
Had to.
I knew you would.
Honestly, it was the first song I wrote down when I started.
I cut the soundbite for this because I had to try and guess what might be on your list and what some of the obvious songs would be. I'm like, there's no way Charles does not put this on his list.
It's
This
a big hit.
is New York State of Mind.
I'm in a New York state of mind.
And not a hit, but certainly one of his most famous, iconic songs.
And for people who are from this part of New York, like when he's talking about taking the Greyhound bus on the Hudson
Yeah.
River line, like I can see it in my mind's eye, having ridden not the bus, but I've ridden the train on the Hudson River line.
Well,
and it's-
somebody not from New York, and I didn't go to New York until I was in my 20s. Looking at a map of New York and trying to figure your way around the subway or the streets and stuff, it's just Billy Joel lyrics to me. I'm like, okay,
Right.
Bedford Stuyvesant, the Hudson River line, okay.
Exactly. All right. So that one's classic. That's definitely on the list.
I actually didn't even put that on my list because I knew you would. And I was like,
Right.
well,
Okay. And my next one. So I wait.
are we up to The Stranger?
I said Captain Jack, Miami. Did I say Miami?
Oh, we didn't do Miami
Yeah.
2017.
So also from Turnstiles, Miami 2017, which is a this sort of futuristic. When he wrote it, think about it back then.
when I see the song title, it
We're
still
well
seems
beyond
futuristic to me.
2017 now.
Yeah, that was 8 years ago, but I still see Miami 2017, and it looks like the future to me.
Yeah, it's an apocalyptic song that basically New York they sunk the island of Manhattan.
And
They
everybody
talk
moved
about
to
blowing
Florida.
up the bridges, and everyone moves to Miami in 2017. Here we are in 2025. But
Yeah.
it's a great, again, a very visual song. It's great. All right,
His
so that's
songs are like little movies.
yeah.
You get characters, and you get scenes, and you get just a whole feel of this world he's created with the music and the words.
All right, so I did Captain Jack, New York State of Mind, Miami 2017.
Let's get to The Stranger.
Here we go.
This was his big breakthrough album. The big song that did it for him was Just the Way You Are. Neither one of us put that on our list. Or did you? Did you?
I did.
You did. I didn't even cut a sound clip. So I was like, we're not going to do that.
I did begrudgingly. I just, because I felt like it broke him. It's not my favorite. It's so sappy that you almost have to be like, all right, man.
It's a little for
he
me.
went all the way in.
It's a little like Piano Man, where it's just so much of its own thing.
But it's better than Piano Man because it's got the sax going. It's a little. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. That's all. I'll put it.
It is.
Just the Way You Are is totally a vibe, and that's why it made the list. I don't want to linger on it because I might take it off.
Are you embarrassed? No.
No, because I might take it off if we talk about it too long.
But that's the thing. He's so well known for his slower songs and his ballads and his jazzy classical arrangements. I love punchy, rocky, up-tempo Billy Joel. So my song from The Stranger, the first song on the album, the follow-up single to Just the Way You Are was Moving Out, Anthony's song. And talk about a song that tells a story and has a hook. From the first note of this song, I'm always in. And through the ridiculous heart attack, like, why is that in there? I don't know. But it works.
But it works.
Does. So
yes.
This is Moving Out.
Mama, if that's moving up, then I'm moving out.
By the way, clarinet. How many hit pop songs
in the
have
disco
clarinet,
era, especially,
right, in the disco,
yeah.
have clarinet in it? So,
yeah.
All right, we agreed on that one.
We agree on that one.
Also, from The Stranger, Scenes
from Italian
from an
Restaurant.
Italian
It's in my
restaurant.
top 10. It's in yours. Again, not a single. Maybe
Maybe
his definitive song for some people.
I've seen several Billy Joel lists where this is the number one song.
Well, with the Colbert interview, he did rank that as his number one. And earlier this month, with the documentary coming out, Rolling Stone ranked his top 50 songs, and they put that at number one. And it's hard to play a sound clip from this because it's a 7-minute long song with very specific movements.
And different sounds.
It's definitely his classical, not so much the song itself, but just having different movements and arrangements and sections. So this is a little bit of Scenes from an Italian Restaurant.
Bottle of reds, bottle of whites.
You got Brenda and Eddie, the high school
Brenda and Eddie
steadies,
had it already by the summer of 75.
which I saw somebody said this summer is their 50th wedding anniversary.
Yeah, it would have been.
It would have been.
They broke up.
And it's so universal. This is a thing about his music too, is the stories and the characters and the emotion are very universal. But it's also, that song, it's so rooted in the 70s when he talks about them getting the piled high carpet and
They couldn't go back to the greasers.
Yeah.
Best they could do is pick up the pieces.
50s nostalgia in the 70s.
Yes. So we both have that one?
We both have that one.
All right, look at that. We're agreeing. Here's where we're going to part ways, I think.
You don't like 52nd Street. Is that what we're getting to?
No. Next on my list, because I'm doing this in order of release.
Yeah.
Vienna.
I didn't put it in mine, but it was right outside the top 10.
Yeah. Vienna Waits for You.
Which was a very personal song about his dad and reestablishing that relationship.
And when you see the documentary, there's a whole thing about it, and that's, I don't know, I was kind of moved by that.
Yeah, that was great.
The Stranger.
The Stranger, a lot of that's probably my favorite album of his.
No, I just meant the single.
I mean, not the Stranger, I'm sorry, no.
Single.
Oh, yeah, the song. No, I was getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's great. The whistling section, The Stranger. 52nd Street, I'm saying, is probably my favorite Billy Joel album.
Interesting.
And I know you don't, because it's more commercial. You have no songs from that on your list, do you?
No, not a one.
Not a one.
It was on my Yes, I have 3 songs that were nominated from 52nd Street.
Which 3? I wonder if there's ones in my top 10.
Stiletto.
Yeah, it was in my. Yeah, I put that in. I like that.
Rosalinda's Eyes.
That's in my top 10. I love that.
Wow.
Song. Yeah.
Wow. I
You
like
know what?
that.
You know what
Eric.
did that for me? That song. I didn't know it. Again, I didn't have that album growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch Freaks and Geeks, the TV show, the one that launched
No.
Seth Rogen?
I know the
and
show you're
Jason
talking about,
Segel.
right,
I loved that show in '99, 2000. Only got one season. One of the best single season shows ever. And because it was set in 1980 and the characters were a little bit older than I was, but it was still very similar to when I grew up and being the geek.
Right.
It resonated. My brother was more the freak. And they did one whole sequence set to Rosalinda's Eyes. And it just, the song was perfect and it captured that vibe. And
I did not know that.
yeah,
Right.
I love that
So
song.
Rosalinda's Eyes, and then the other one is just had it here.
I have 2 more from that album on my list.
Oh,
I know one. I know one you did not
Yeah.
put.
Until the Night.
No, I didn't put that. I knew the singles first.
Anyway,
The first Billy Joel song I ever remember hearing was My Life, and I know you probably loathe that song. I knew it from when it was on the radio when I was a kid. It was the theme song to the Tom Hanks sitcom Bosom Buddies.
Yep.
It's kind of played out, and it's him and his like most poppiest, but I love it. This is My Life.
I don't care what you say anymore. This is my life.
Peter Cetera on backing vocals.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, not on my list.
I know it's hokey. That also, Big Shot. I love that song too.
Yeah, I love Big Shot. I really do. I will always listen to it. I love the song. It did not make my list. I didn't even put it on my nominees. It wasn't going to get there.
When he talked about it in the documentary, they talked about how there's certain specific lines that made people think it was about his wife / manager,
Yes.
Elizabeth, right?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Mhm.
About the Halston dress and all that. They didn't say this in the documentary, but I've read before that apparently the inspiration for that song was Bianca Jagger, Mick Jagger's wife, that they were out to dinner and Bianca was trying to be a big shot. And he just thought, how does Mick Jagger put up with this?
What's interesting in the documentary is that his wife, or ex-wife now, Elizabeth, says, I think that's mostly about him.
Yeah.
Because it's about waking up with a hangover and your head's on fire and your eyes too bloody to see.
Yeah.
That he's writing about himself.
Yeah.
So interesting that they have different perspectives. Yeah. Anyway, Big Shot not on my list. You have, sir, jumped ahead because I still have, I told you, Stranger.
Stranger? Oh, well, I'm sorry.
I have, here we go. Get It Right.
Oh, okay.
Get It Right the first time.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
So was Stranger your first Billy Joel album? It was a lot of people's.
Yes.
And that was a massive, massive record.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
All right.
Those are the albums that leave like an imprint on you.
So,
So we're moving on to one of my favorite records that you don't like and wouldn't have any songs from that album in your top 10. I have two.
Glass Houses we're going now?
We're going to Glass Houses, 1980. Billy Joel trying to embrace new wave, pop punk, vaguely. And the documentary says this a lot. It would have made more sense for Billy Joel to be a punk artist, to have tried that, given the multiple chips on his shoulder, his attitude, his tough New Yorker kind of thing. It would be very easy to have seen him fall into that 70s New York punk vibe. But he also wanted to be a classical musician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't, you got to choose one, man. You got to choose one. Although he would say, no, I don't have to choose the lane. I kind of did a little bit of everything.
He did do a little bit of everything. This album really embraced that. And he wanted, he said in the documentary, something that would be bigger live. As he started filling up bigger venues, you want louder, punchier music to kind of fill that space.
So which songs from
I went with the singles. Again, this is the nostalgia of like my young childhood. I mean, I love the album tracks. I know that you don't like I like All for Lena, Sleeping with the Television On, Sometimes a Fantasy, which actually was a single.
See, here's where you're wrong. On Glass Houses, those songs you just said are actually songs I like.
Oh, okay.
I actually love, and I can sing them all for you front to back. But
all right. On the Borderline has kind of a Led Zeppelin vibe to it.
But it did not make my list. I didn't even nominate any. I nominated one song from that.
You May Be Right.
I Don't Want to Be Alone.
Oh, okay. I went. It's in front of your microphone right now. I know you don't like the song, and musically, it's not that complex of a song. I know you don't like it.
It's not at all.
But I'm gonna go to
ahead.
It's Still Rock and Roll to
Play
me.
it.
Again, one of the first songs, not just one of the first Billy Joel songs I knew. This song is one of the first songs I remember ever hearing when I was a little kid. This song is just a moment in time. It was the beginning of me discovering how much I love music.
All right.
And so I don't think musically it's not one of his most daring, inventive songs.
I get it.
But there's an attitude and a swagger and a hook to it, the little tiny organ and piano parts that are buried in it under that beat. I love this song. It's still rock and roll to me.
Hot fuck, cool punk, even if it's old junk, it's still rock and roll to me.
Got a sax solo. I know you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Well, more people agree with me because it was his first #1 single. So, just saying.
There's that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm ranking his best songs, I probably don't put that in the top 10. But ones I love, oh yeah, I love that song.
All right. So is that the only one from Glass Houses?
I had You May Be Right on there too.
And You May Be Right.
But that, again, we talked about like themes. I debated between You May Be Right or Sleeping with the Television On, or basically almost any other song on that record. Because there's a consistency to the sort of sound of the songs on that record.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of big hooks,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of little jangly guitar.
I played the hell out of the cassette. I got it. You don't have to justify it to me. That's fine.
I'm just saying.
All right. What else you got?
Are you done? You tapped out? Nothing after 1979?
I have one more left.
Really? So
I've
everything is
done
from-
9.
So 9
and
of yours are from
those
the
9
70s.
were from the 70s.
All right.
This
Well, we'll
is-
zip through the 80s really quickly here. Let's see. Nylon Curtain.
Nylon Curtain. Yes.
I have 2 from that album on my list, and there were only 2 singles from it. There's a lot of songs on that album I like. Laura's cool. There's Scandinavian
Laura's
Skies has kind
cool.
of a
Yes.
trippy psychedelic Beatles vibe. I like that. But again, I'm going with my personal nostalgia here. The early songs I remember hearing. Pressure, that video on early MTV. It was like a Clockwork Orange. It was like a Twilight Zone episode. The music has sort of that classical flourish that he likes on the keyboard.
Yep.
This is a little bit of Pressure.
And you cannot handle pressure.
All right. And the other single
Good
that
stuff.
you don't
And of
care
course-
for, I'm gonna fight you on this one. I will tell you why. Allentown. You're like, fluffy pop.
I'm with you on
blah.
Pressure. Pressure almost made my list, but
But a thing about Allentown, one, it is just a very poppy piano hook. But I think as poppy and catchy as it is, there's an underlying sort of melancholy to the hook, which matches the lyrics, which is all about the disillusionment of growing up with the promise of the silent generation and then the baby boomers realizing the jobs are going away, Vietnam happened, all that. A lot of probably what you like about Billy Joel, you said, is the New Yorkness of it.
right.
And I appreciate that, but I didn't relate to it. This song, I'm not from Pennsylvania, but being from West Virginia, there was a line in
get
the
it.
song, even as a kid, just really struck me. And I clipped out this part of Allentown about the coal miners.
But they've taken all the coal from the ground, and the union people throw it away.
About the union coming and using up the coal miners, and then when they got what they wanted, they left.
Yeah.
And the people were left with destroyed lands and black lung and no jobs. And to wrap that up in this nostalgic, kind of melancholy, but really peppy piano pop hook, I've always loved that song.
So the only reason I didn't, this song is very similar to me in concept to Down East or Alexa, which comes many years later on Stormfront, and I prefer Down East or Alexa just as musically.
Is that the one post 70 song on your list?
No.
Oh, didn't make it.
Didn't make it. It was nominated, didn't make it. Didn't make it.
You know what? I think that is the last of my top 10. But I had so many on the. Let's just zip through these really
Yeah,
quickly.
zip
We're
through
getting
yours.
along here. An Innocent Man, his throwback to the 50s and 60s doo-wop and pop and R&B he grew up with.
So this is Innocent Man album 84.
83 it came out.
83, okay.
But the singles were charting until 85. He released 6 singles from that album. Some of his biggest hits, certainly
Yeah.
of the 80s. Tell Her About It, Uptown Girl, An Innocent Man, Leave a Tender Moment Alone, Keeping the Faith. Huge, huge hits.
Yeah.
Iconic videos. Christy Brinkley starts showing up at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pick any of those songs. And I have
Oh, you
my
have none.
nostalgia for
Okay.
all of them. But
Yeah, I
I
didn't
wanted to
pick
give the
any
album
either.
its moment. But
I also like Easy Money on that. The lead
Easy
track,
Money's good.
The lead track. It
which
wasn't
sounds
a
kind of
single.
like Shotgun by Junior Walker and the All-Stars.
Yes. Mhm.
Everything was kind of a throwback to something else. The Bridge in 86, my favorite song from that, and was in my top 10, and I kept shuffling and shuffling, and it got squeezed out.
Baby Grand.
No.
Oh.
A Matter of Trust. Again, I like when he rocks out
Matter-
a bit.
Look at that. We agree.
Oh,
it
all
didn't.
right.
It didn't make my list, but I had Matter of Trust, Baby Grand, and Big Man on Mulberry Street
Okay.
as nominees. They didn't make it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The hits from that were Matter of Trust and Modern Woman, and I don't care for that song.
Yeah.
Not one of my favorites. Then we're hitting Stormfront, and I know your favorite, We Didn't Start the Fire. We were debating this earlier.
I think I'm gonna
Billy
be
Joel
sick.
hates that song.
I think I'm
He
gonna be sick.
loathes that song. I think he regrets how big it was. But if you were making a list solely of his most iconic songs, no, there's no question it's on there. People know
Iconic.
that
Yes.
song.
It's the
Iconic.
song that people more.
Loved or hated, everybody knows it. Everyone has an opinion on it. It left a cultural mark.
I disagree. I think people your age and younger, when they think of Billy Joel, that's the first song they think of.
Not the first song even for some generation. That's not the first one I think of. But if you're thinking about Billy Joel's career, that song's going to pop in your head at some
Yes,
point.
it definitely does.
It just does.
Right.
I cut a clip for it, but let's not even play it because I'm
'Cause
not
we're
going to do that to
'cause
you.
We're going to spare you.
Yeah. The follow-up single to that, I Go to Extremes. I did like that. That, again, for me, was right when I started watching charts. That was his first hit, so I remember watching that go up the charts, and it's a catchy song.
It's also very similar to A Matter of Trust.
Yeah. Neither one of those made my top 10,
guitar-driven,
but they're
yeah.
right outside of it.
Yeah.
Down Easter Alexa.
Down East or Alexa, which was nominated, did not make it. The final song on my list, Shameless.
Oh, Shameless, good one.
Yeah.
Probably the best song on that album, which he did not release as a single.
Yeah.
But Garth Brooks recorded
A lot of
huge hit
people have
country
done it,
version of
and it's just a great song.
It
So, yes, that is the one song
from Stormfront, from
post
the post 70s.
70s
All right.
that I have included on my top 10.
Well, let's hit the 90s. He released River of Dreams. Okay, so that wraps us up.
Anyway, so we're done. So this is my problem. Like we said, he's by hits is an 80s artist, right? But by
Yeah, but he has.
by
those
best
70s
songs,
are
and
so
this is
iconic.
why you can't just look at hits. You can't just look at the charts. If you just look at the
Of course
charts,
not.
he's an 80s artist. But to me, what I gathered here, his most impactful, best crafted songs are in the 70s.
I went pure nostalgia, honestly, which leaned towards a lot of the hits. But
6 of my songs are from The Stranger, which I felt really bad about that. And that's what I fought about the most. Is like, it can't all be from Stranger. But they're just
if
great
they
songs.
are, they are.
They're just great songs. And Shameless is the only one after
that.
Stranger.
Again,
Nothing from 52nd Street, nothing from Innocent Man.
but again, there's not a huge age gap between us, but there's enough that I think I had more nostalgia for the early 80s stuff than you would have.
Yeah.
And yeah, those were, but yeah, it's weird. So to be as commercially successful as he was, he's the 4th best-selling solo male artist in U.S. history behind Garth, Elvis, and Michael Jackson. Singles, he had 13 top 10 songs, 3 number 1 hits, which is impressive. But the Billy Joel songs, well, first of all, the ones that weren't even singles we talked about, Vienna, New York State of Mind, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, Shameless, weren't even released as singles.
Right. But they are.
Some of his hits that did not make the top 10, that weren't those 13 top 10s, Allentown, Big Shot, Moving Out, Piano Man, Pressure, Only the Good Die Young, none of those made the top 10.
Yeah.
And they're iconic songs.
So that says the quality of an artist, right? When you have
He made
songs
albums.
that exactly. He made albums. They were great albums. I encourage anyone to go back and listen to them, and they're great
Yeah,
songs.
we should have tried to rank the albums. That would have been easier. And
It would have been
trying to rank the
easier.
songs was just impossible.
Again, I'll show you the scratch. There's spills on this thing. It's
Yeah,
yeah.
that was.
This is that stain right there is a shot of Tullamore Dew whiskey.
That influenced the choices.
It helped ease the pain of the anger that was coming out in these arguments. But
Yeah,
You're My Home,
yeah. It's
great song.
you could
great
throw a dart in his
song.
catalog and really, you'd hit something great.
Yep. Sorry, Downeaster Alexa. I really like you. I just realized I'm an old dinosaur. That's what I learned here. Is that there's one song of his after the 70s that I.
Wow, yeah, you're not that old. I was surprised by that.
You know, clearly I didn't realize how much The Stranger really impacted me and how much I played the album. Someone said to me a couple weeks ago that The Stranger is their Deserted Island album.
Mm.
I mean, mine has always been Songs in the Key of Life and maybe What's Going On.
Mine's Purple Rain, but yeah,
Um,
or Sign of the Times.
but when she said, shout out to Pam. Pam said, she said, "Oh, Stranger definitely is my dessert." I go, "Really?" I was like, "I don't even know if that's my favorite Billy Joel album." And then
Clearly it is.
and then I went through this exercise. I was like, "Oh crap, she was right." So there you go.
Well, we'll make you feel younger. Next week, we'll do our top 10 weekend songs.
That's gonna be a short list for me.
Yeah, okay, well-
We'll see you next time on Get to the Hook.